Hello, Huddle Card Collection Crew.
What's going on, everybody?
How you guys doing today? Hope all is well. Hope you've had a great week. Great beginning of opening day, opening season. The first of the season's what? 1 week old? Go
Mm-hmm.
ahead, put the volume down on my phone before I get in trouble. Yeah, some interesting stuff. They were talking about with baseball. Let's see, basketball is starting there this week. Started the play-in tournament. Let's see, hockey's finishing up, and football's just making a whole bunch of news with people signing contracts and all that kind of stuff. So, welcome aboard. Glad that everybody is here. For those going to be watching on the replay, welcome aboard. Hey, as always, if you could like this video and if you could subscribe. If you're not subscribed, then hit the little bell and then hit the little all, and you can tell if you're subscribed, because if the subscribe button is red, that's mean you are not subscribed to the channel and you will miss this show. And then also, please, after the show, come on back and comment, and we will make sure we answer all those comments. Matt's Midwest. What is happening, Matty?
What's going on?
Cubbies doing pretty good so far this season. I think they're doing a little bit better than was expected. Got a nice young team there, I mean, 5 games, but hey, first place is first place, and that's what counts. So, Tommy. All right, Tommy.
What's
Thanks
up?
for listening, buddy. Appreciate you being here.
That's the way to do it. Listen and multitask.
Yep.
That's what's up.
Mr. Infuego, welcome, sir. Welcome, welcome, welcome. He's got a good giant. I've been traveling this week, so I haven't been able to get out to everybody's channel and check out stuff. So I apologize for that. I'll get out there and make sure I get out there and watch some stuff. I like everything you guys are doing. But hey, let's go ahead and let's get into this and everything. So Mike, first week of baseball season, and
It's
what
nice
do
to
you
be the
think?
best team in baseball.
Pardon me?
It's nice to be the best team in baseball.
Well, yes. I mean, it is. It is. It is. It is. What have seen anything interesting? Anything that you liked? Special?
Yeah, I'm very happy that the Mets can hit the ball with runners in scoring position and score those runs.
That's good. That's very good. That's
All
good.
1, 2, 3, 4. All like our 5 main pickups this offseason have done well. Max is 2-0. Chris Bassett shoved when he pitched. Starling Marte's been on base. Mark Canning is hitting like 600 or like 700. Wardo Escobar is playing good defense and getting on when he needs to get on. Frankie's
Yeah.
playing a hell of a lot better.
Hmm?
Frankie's playing a hell of a lot better.
He is. The
Taylor
average is still a little
Taylor
down.
McGee or Tyler McGee shoving, showing, yeah, you know what, we may have Jacob DeGrom and Mad Max, but I can still shove the ball down these guys' throats too.
Tyler McGill, you mean? McGill.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean they are doing well. What I was impressed with, I mean, the biggest thing that I saw this season, which I thought was honest, I mean, I think every single game over the weekend, or so far, what was it, like every single day of the season, there was a bench clearing brawl, or the benches emptied at every single one and everything. Uh, it's hard to believe. I mean, the Mets got super lucky with, thank God, the polar bear and Frankie wear that little, C flap on their helmets, or else it would have been really, really bad. Taking 2 balls to the face there. I mean, the fastballs, That's not good. It was great to see Buck Schultwalder out there being the first guy off the stairs when Frankie got hit. So it was good. I mean, baseball's been going well, been going well. I mean, teams are doing what they're supposed to be doing. I mean, that's the one, the one, big thing, when you look at what is happening, you know, some guys are starting to produce that was supposed to produce, Yeah, I mean, Vladdy, I mean, he's,
He had a
just,
monster game last night.
yeah, he's just going crazy. That team, I tell you, they don't even have everybody hitting yet. So I can only imagine, as some of those other guys start going, what that team
Yeah,
is
when
going to
Bo gets
be
hot
like.
and Chapman get hot.
Yeah. I mean, you look at what they have there, so um it's going to be very, very, very interesting to see how
We go
things,
tomorrow
are
for the
happening.
pitcher stream at the end. Saturday, what's going on? Wait, what?
Saturday, yeah, I'm not sure which stream. Well, not Matt, are you talking about the sale you guys are having? That's not this weekend, it's next weekend, right? If I remember correctly?
Oh, maybe Tommy's having. He said Tommy.
Or is Tommy
Or
having a
if you just stop by Matt Toiler and stay in Tommy. Yeah, so I guess Tommy's having something. What are you having, Tommy?
Yeah, Tommy, what are you
Blast
having? You
it in the
having
chat, whatever you're doing.
Tommy might be having one of his, like, uh, 17-hour breaks.
That's because Cole is doo-doo, Mr. Infuego. Don't
Cole,
ever Nobody can ever put him and Jacob DeGrom in the same sentence as who's the
you
best
know
pitcher in New York.
yeah. I tell you the one thing though, speaking of Cole, and, it brings up a good point when you look at how different he has been since they have banned and they check now for all the sticky substances. And, they were talking when I was watching the broadcast the other night, um, it was on, Fox Sports 1, and they basically said that, you wonder if a lot of these hit batsmen that are happen is because pitchers don't, they don't feel the ball. They can't, without the grip and everything. So there is talk of potentially uh letting them, be able to use something. If we keep seeing as many batters getting hit, that there's a chance that they may bring something back. Probably not spider tack, because you don't want you don't want that back because that was a big difference, but pitchers may need something. They may need to go ahead and do something for the pitchers to give them, at least some, grip on the ball, you know. So, like I said, that all that stuff is going to be interesting as it goes forward. No, you're right. I mean, you're not I mean, Co- Cole is trash to us because he's a Yankee. I mean, he's not trash. I mean, you have to admit though, Mr. Enfuego, he has been different
He hasn't been shown that he's worth that big contract that he signed.
and he's even been a little off now, Big Daddy has the what do you call it? That he can't use, the spider tack. He does he does have that and everything.
I think it was last week when I think their game got postponed by 6 or 8 minutes, and he complained that that threw him off his preparation in his game for when he pitched that day.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah. So Tommy has his live stream on Saturday at 8 p.m. Uh, I don't think you have the link out there, Tommy. I'd put the link in the chat, but I don't have it out there. Stanton has shown he hasn't worth the money, but the truth of the matter is Stanton showed he wasn't worth the money when he was with Florida. So he showed that before he even got traded to the Yankees. Judge, man, oh man, oh man. Uh, That's that's a tough one. That's a tough one. He turned down a lot of money. Wow, Tommy is giving away a GMA. Hey, GMA, but he's giving away a Bobby Witt first Bowman Chrome card as a giveaway on Saturday. I think. I don't have the volume up, Tommy, so I apologize if that's not what the giveaway is, but I'm thinking you're showing that card. It's got to be a giveaway. Um, but yeah, egos. Yeah, but it's going to be interesting to see, what happens with Judge. Look, the truth of the matter is they can't let the guy go. I mean, the Yankees got to figure out a way to get Judge signed. Um, you know what I'm saying? So from that standpoint, they got to figure out a way to get the Judge signed. Um, and I think you look at it from a standpoint of is what gets me about when that's a good set. It's a good thing about when you look at players' contracts. What gets me is this. I understand everybody wants to be the next highest, paid whatever. Different in football, they want to be the highest paid left tackle, right tackle, so on and so forth. But I don't know if Judge wants to be the highest paid right fielder. He's certainly not going to be the highest paid outfielder. We know that for
Yeah.
sure. You know, but the thing is, what is it? Where are these guys going to go for money? I mean, who's going to come up with more than 230 million for Judge? I mean, what? Who's gonna pay that? You know, is he gonna come across town? Is Uncle Steve gonna open up his wallet and pay that kind of money? Would Uncle Stevie Cohen go ahead and drop 250 large to get Aaron Judge? Because where's he gonna go? Is Boston gonna pay him? I mean, there's no way he can go out to the Dodgers. They can't have another big monster contract. No, I just saw it. You're welcome, Tommy. From that maybe Ted Turner. Yeah. Well, Ted don't own the team anymore, but Ted would. Well, I don't know. Ted really never spent a lot of money. The Braves really never spent a lot of money, and you look at what they've spent so far. I mean, the thing they gave to what's his name, Olsen, is huge. That's going to cause a problem with Albies and Acuna down the road for sure. But let's see. Mr. Fuego says, get rid of Judge and target Soto. He doesn't think he'll sign an extension with the Nats. That could be true, but I think the Nats would trade him before they would let him go. And I don't know if you could, you know what I'm saying, like from that standpoint. And I think it would be one of those things where the team that would want to trade for him would probably want to see if they could negotiate a contract before they give up the farm for a guy like that, in my opinion. But like I was saying though, I don't know what these players think. I don't know where they think they're gonna go to get all this money. There's only so many teams that are gonna spend it. There are gonna be so many teams that are gonna that are gonna be willing to spend on numerous players. I mean, you got to figure you're Aaron Judge. There's at least what 75% of the league that you don't want to go to. So all of a sudden your window is smaller. Aaron Judge, I mean, when the one, Tampa Bay is not going to pay him. Florida's not going to pay him. Pittsburgh, Kansas City, not going to pay him. the Cleveland not going to pay him. You know, Toronto, Toronto doesn't need him. Who knows? Maybe they would pay him, maybe not. You know, uh, you know, the Astros. I can't see any way he would go there. Seattle wouldn't want to pay him. They're changing. They're going young. He can't go to San Diego, so he's limited in where he can go. Trade Judge, Gardner, and Volpe for Soto, with the cash incentive included. Also, maybe. I don't know. I would think you would have to throw Dominguez in there over Gardner. I don't know why they would want. Yeah, well, yeah, that's true. The Cubs don't want to pay anybody. Um, I don't think you could go ahead and get Gardner. I think you'd have to have Dominguez in there. And if you're getting Soto, I mean, you might as well add Dominguez in there. I think that's the only way if you have a chance if you're the Yankees. But if you're the Nationals, why are you going to want Judge if he ain't going to sign a long-term deal? I'd rather give Soto 230 million if it's going to take 250 million and I know that I'm the Nationals, I'd rather give that to Soto than give that to Judge. Hobbyist, how are you doing? Thanks for coming on. Appreciate you stopping by. So, but hey, I mean, like I said, baseball, very interesting. Not a lot of young guys are doing, a lot of the younger names are not doing what we thought the younger names would do. The guys up in Seattle, they haven't really, uh, they haven't really kicked it in yet. A lot, like I said, a lot of the younger guys, they haven't really, produced that well. Great story with the Guardians and Stephen Kwan. I don't even know where the hell that guy came out of. I never even heard. I mean, I do a lot of fantasy baseball. I never even heard of that guy. Excuse me, before, and here he comes out of nowhere and is doing unbelievable. You know, so Soto was offered a hefty extension and shot it down. 13 years, 350. Yeah, I mean he's betting on himself. You know, um, again, I guess if you're the Yankees, you could sit there and not do nothing and let Judge walk and sign Soto to a big deal. But again, where's Soto going to get $350 million from? What other team is going to pay that money? That's the one thing that I'm the most curious about when it comes to baseball. Where are these guys going to go? You know, um, I tell you the interesting one this past week was Key Brian Hayes signing.
Yeah.
You know, and his deal wasn't even as big as I thought it was going to be. And it's an 8-year deal. Now, I don't know if there's opt-outs in there or anything. Maybe there are. So maybe it just gives you the illusion that it's an 8-year deal. But it was what, 8 years, 80 million or something? So maybe that's added on. Maybe that doesn't start right away. Maybe that is an extension that happens somewhere, down the road. I didn't read all the details of that when I saw it, but pretty, pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. You know. So, but overall, first week of baseball has been very, very good. Very, very good. And before we continue, let's go ahead and get to our upcoming segments that we have. Upcoming releases for the hobby. We got anything coming out, Mike?
Tomorrow, Topps Chrome Overtime Elite Basketball, Topps UEFA Champions League Soccer,
Ooh.
and 2022 Donruss NASCAR Racing. Next Wednesday, the 20th, there's 2021 Topps Big League Baseball, 2022 Topps Archives Signature Series Active Player Edition Baseball,
Oh, wow.
2021 Panini Phoenix Football, and Panini Mosaic Road to FIFA World Cup Soccer.
Excellent. Excellent. So what was it you said that, which
Yeah,
ones, you said which one did you say was recent? The basketball? The
Topps
Chrome?
Chrome Overtime Elite Basketballs tomorrow,
Mm,
Topps UEFA Champions League Soccer's tomorrow, and Donruss NASCAR Racing is tomorrow.
Donruss NASCAR Racing. Dang.
We're gonna have to try to snag some of that Mosaic Road to FIFA World Cup next week.
Yeah, that'd be pretty
Have
cool.
everybody in their nation's uniforms.
I don't know if anniversaries are gonna, actually release this month. Who knows? I mean, those are only projected stuff. I mean, you're not 100%
Says
sure.
TBA on Beckett's site.
Yeah, so Beckett not even sure about it, so who knows, who knows, who knows? And this day in sports history, it's like a hodgepodge today. We got a little bit of everything, gang, a little
Well,
bit
I
of
hope
everything.
you also include tomorrow in today's episode, especially for baseball.
Excuse me?
I hope you have some about tomorrow's date in baseball.
I do. I do. So, today's date in sports history, Matt's Midwest. In 1925, the first regular season Chicago Cubs baseball game was broadcast on WGN, and the Cubs beat the Pittsburgh Pirates 8-2. In 1955, and this is a precursor to the last thing we're going to talk about in sports history. 26-year-old catcher outfielder Elston Howard becomes the first African American to play for the New York Yankees. In 1955, Stanley Cup Finals, it was the Detroit Red Wings and against the Montreal Canadiens, and they won back-to-back titles. They was their first back-to-back. Another Stanley Cup fact, in 1960, the Canadiens beat the Maple Leafs. They swept them 4-0, and it was Montreal's fifth consecutive title. This one's pretty cool. In 1968, the first NBA game was played at New York's Madison Square Garden, with the New York Knicks beating the San Diego Rockets 114-102. In 1969, another baseball one, the first regular MLB game was played outside the United States as the Montreal Expos defeated the St. Louis Cardinals. 1996, the Detroit Red Wings at that point in time won an NHL record 62 games. In 2019, we got a little bit of everything, folks, and we got a little bit of everything. 2019, the 83rd Masters Tournament and Augusta National. Eldrick Tiger Woods wins his fifth Masters title by one stroke. Look at that. Elston Howard bobblehead tonight to commemorate today. And 2021.
What's going on, Dom?
How you doing, buddy, Dom? Chicago White Sox pitcher Carlos Rodon pitched a no-hitter against the Cleveland Indians 8-0 in Chicago. And as we all know, as far as sports history goes, tomorrow is is a huge day. It is the 75th anniversary of Jackie Robinson, breaking the color barrier. And it's it's hard to believe it's been 75 years, you know, uh, since that happened. And ESPN every day has been doing this little thing on their shows, Jackie to Me, and they're bringing on different um, athletes and activists and people that knew Jackie and talk about different things and stuff. About some of the things that he had to do, and you think about you know what MLB does. Like, I love this year that they're gonna make the change. Well, not gonna make a change, but this year they're actually gonna have everybody wear the Dodger blue 42, which is pretty cool. I guess up to this point that they've done where every single player wears 42, it was whatever the team color was. But
Mm.
I believe this year they're going to actually do uh, the Dodger blue 42. So that is awesome. You know, I mean, I was not around when, Jackie had to go through all he had to go through. Um, and it's unfortunately I never really talked to my dad about it. Or, my grandfather who were, sports, based New York baseball fans. Um, but the thing that gets me about the whole thing with Jackie Robinson is that, you know, think about all he went through, everything that happened, all the crap that he dealt with, cheap shots thrown at him, all this kind of stuff. And on top of everything he had to go through, he had to be good. Like, he couldn't stink at baseball. He had to be really, really good. 1962, I think he got elected into the Hall of Fame. I mean, he is amazing. I mean, he had, they said he stole home plate 19 times. You know, um, but it was a great day in sports history. It's good that everything else has it was it was breaking the color barrier then, and it led to it led to great things. I mean, you think about all the players that you think about all the great baseball players before Jackie Robinson that had to play just in the Negro League that we never got a chance to hear about, see clips of them or anything, and stuff. And it's just it's a shame that that happened, but at least it did happen. And baseball is way, way, you know, better that for it. Back then, it was way better. It paved the way for baseball to be so much better of a game. And then great that they honor him, this way. You know, uh, you know. So I mean, that's all I got to say about it. So, Jackie, thanks a lot for being you, man. Thanks a lot for persevering and lead it being a leader when when leadership was needed at that time in baseball to do that kind of stuff. So, you have any words on it, Mike?
I mean, if you don't really know the story, I mean, I don't know how you wouldn't, but the movie 42, I mean, there's a great movie about it. So, I mean, I would check that out, watch that. And it's just, I mean, it's an unfortunate story because of how the world was, but it's a fortunate story to know that the change happened and that it was for a good reason. And that he did everything he did for a good reason.
Yeah, took a lot of crap from his own teammates and everything and stuff, and then they realized, wow, this dude's pretty good. We should probably like him. And I think, like I said, I think that's the biggest thing. The biggest thing is you had all that other pressure, and then Jackie Robinson had the pressure where he had to perform. He could not stink. He couldn't be the first guy and be there and not be good because then he only would have been there because of the color of his skin and not because of the baseball player that he was,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And hopefully, hopefully we just keep moving forward and things get better, for everyone. But all righty then. So basketball, man, let's hit basketball a little quick here. So couple of big games, the two teams that won, you had the Nets win, so the Nets move on. They get the Boston Celtics, which should be that should be very, very interesting. Um, and then you had what's the other one you had?
Timberwolves and the Hawks.
Well, no, the Timberwolves beat
Clippers.
the Clippers, so the Timberwolves go ahead and they get the number 7 seed, so they get the Memphis Grizzlies. So now we have the Pelicans, then the Pelicans beat the Spurs. Was that Pop's last game? Who knows? I think he'll come back, but who knows? So by the Pelicans winning, the Pelicans get to play the Clippers tomorrow night. And the
Oh,
Hawks,
so that's how it was working. Okay.
yes. So what happens is
So there was two teams playing to get in, but then there was also two teams playing to determine their seed. They were both
right.
they were both guaranteed in, but they were just playing for their seed.
No, they're not guaranteed in. So 7 and 8 play. The winner is automatically the 7 seed, right?
Hmm.
So the loser
Oh,
of that
then the
game,
8 plays the winner of the play-in game.
yes, of the 9-10. So then the winner of the 9-10 plays the loser of the 7-8, and that person becomes the 8 seed. So, for instance, you were um, Minnesota won.
Hmm.
So that means the Clippers were waiting for the winner of the Pelicans and Spurs game.
Hmm.
So now the Clippers and the Pelicans play. The winner becomes the 8th seed. And for winning that game, you play the Phoenix Suns. And then you have the Hawks and the Cavaliers because the Cavaliers lost to the Nets.
Hmm.
The Hawks beat Charlotte.
Hmm.
So now the Hawks and the Cavaliers play, and the winner of that one gets the pleasure of playing the Miami Heat.
I gotcha.
There was news that there is so from an injury standpoint, Steph Curry, he was scrimmaging with the team, so he looks like he might be coming back. Zion, they said Zion will not play for the Pelicans, and there is a chance that Ben Simmons could play for the Nets at some time in the Boston series. And I think two things happened because of that decision. One may just be one of them things they call a coinky dinks, in that now they know the Nets are not in the same bracket or same leg of the bracket as the Philadelphia 76ers. So there's a chance that Ben would never have to go back to Philly. Maybe something, may not be something. Who knows? And then number two, it's all of a sudden they're looking and they're saying after what they happened to the Cavaliers, and even, how that was a lot closer game because the Nets don't play this thing called defense. So there's a chance that they probably figure, oh crap, we may need to bring Ben back just to be able to play defense to get a couple of stops. So basically these games happen on Friday will determine the number 8 seed, and then you'll have 4 games. The first round of all the other matchups will be Jazz Mavericks, Timberwolves Grizzlies, Raptors 76ers, and Nuggets Warriors. So that's basically basketball. Not again, not really a whole bunch more to you know to come up. There was a very an ugly incident at the Hawks game yesterday with Micah Brid. I think it's Micah. That's how you say
Miles.
his name. Or Mikal
Miles.
Miles Bridges.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Mikel
yeah.
is on the Suns.
Pardon me.
Mikel or Michael, however you say it correctly, is on the Suns.
Okay. Yeah. Well, he got thrown out of the game. He was all pissed off. Fans were yelling at him. He took his mouthpiece, threw it into the crowd, and hit somebody, and I think in the head.
Mm-hmm.
So he could be getting in trouble. Well, he was actually. He was fined 50 grand.
Dang.
For that. Not exactly sure how much that hurts him. Um, Pat Beverly got fined 30 grand for his celebration. Went a little bit off over the top and used some language that the NBA did not like. So, you know, not a lot you could do. Not a lot you could do. Hockey, not much going on in hockey yet. Playoffs haven't started. Still, a bunch of games left. Some jockeying going on. Um, be honest with you, the Islanders probably aren't going to make it, so I probably won't pay that much attention to it. All I hope is that the New York Rangers go ahead and get swept out of the first round of the playoffs. That's all I really care about. Sorry if Dom or Mr. Enfuego are stranger fans. Um, NFL, boy, oh boy, oh boy, bunch of stuff happening in the NFL. Um, Derek Carr got paid 4 years, 120 million. No, I'm sorry, no, 3 years. I think it was 3 years, 120 million. Let me go ahead and check that real fast. Yeah, 3 years, $121 million.
Dang.
Not bad. 40 mil a year. I mean, might be tough to live off of, but hey, I'm sure he'll give it a shot. Um, AJ Green came back to the Cardinals. Sammy Watkins signed with the Chiefs. What else is going on? The XFL and then what do you call it? Uh, Lamar Jackson's just sitting there. Lamar Jackson's waiting. He's not going ahead and uh, he's not pursuing a new contract or anything like that just yet. He's doing his thing. So it'd be interesting to see what happens there. We got the draft is in 2 weeks from today. It's going to be interesting. Going to be interesting. Hopefully things go well for a team that wears green and white and plays and has New York in their name. So, but that's where we stand. We have, with the NFL, USFL Saturday night. USFL comes back, man. Opening night, USFL. Birmingham Stallions against the New Jersey Generals. I think it's on Fox and NBC, or I'm not sure what channel's on. And then the XFL announced some more coaches, and Dwayne is being sued for the letter X in the XFL by Sue Bird and her company, which is really, really interesting. So,
Well, I mean, back to baseball, the details about no game 163 came out.
say what?
No game one, there will be no more game 163 for any tiebreakers. Tiebreakers will be broken by the winning percentage in the following order: head to head record, intra-division record, inter-division record, last half league of intra-league games, and then last half of inter-league games plus one, and continuing until the tie is broken.
Well, I mean,
So, like, if the Mets and Nats are tied, they'll look at their head-to-head record to see who would get in instead of playing a game
so
162.
head to head is first.
Yeah, and then intra INTRA division, then inter INTER division records.
That's interesting that they would do basically you against the other three divisions before inside your own division. That's very interesting. But they figure, I guess they're trying to look at, yeah, I don't know. You know, you're right, Tommy. I mean, you're talking about they take away money from a game. I find that to me that's odd. I don't know why you would do that, but
Well, because you're expanding playoffs, so you're getting more games anyways.
well, that's true. You are getting more playoff games, and I guess they don't want to hurt the pitchers. You can't have the pitchers throw extra games and stuff, and then because you wouldn't want the Mets to have to throw, Jacob DeGrom to go ahead and win and take first place, and then he can't pitch, for another 5 days in the playoffs or something like that. So, yeah, they did expand the playoffs to 12 teams now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or 10? No, it's 12, right?
Pretty sure it's 12.
Yeah, I think it's 12. Yeah. So it's going to be interesting. Going to be interesting. So, anything else, Mike?
Yeah, 12 teams instead of 10. 6 playoff teams per league, 3 division winners, and 3 wild cards.
So what are they doing? Like the top 2 teams get a bye, and then they figure out how to do the other thing?
Give me a second. Yeah, I guess so, because number 1 will play the winner of 4 and 5. 2 will play the winner of 3 and 6. So 1 and 2 get a bye.
So the top 2 divisional teams get a bye, and then
And then 4 plays 5, and
so
then
the
3
third
plays 6.
okay, so the third winner gets the third division winner
So yeah,
plays
the
the
third best
third.
division winner gets the third best record among non-division winners.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
And then
Gotcha.
the
Gotcha.
best record among non-division winners plays the second best record among non-divisional winners.
Interesting. Interesting. So, well, alrighty. I got nothing else.
All right.
You got anything?
Nope.
Hey, folks, don't forget Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 12 o'clock is the video release. Please, again, if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing to the channel. We are, we're trying to go. Good to see you too, Tommy. Thank you very much for coming by. Matt's Midwest Teams, thanks. Your buddy Dom, thanks. Hobbyist, thanks. Mr. Infuego, thanks. Thanks for everybody for swinging in, saying hello. Appreciate each and every one of you guys. And, we'll see you guys. Well, I don't know. Will we have a show next week? We don't know. It's up in the air right now. What?
Maybe. Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe. Might have one, might not have one.
Might be a quick one.
We'll see. We shall see. All right, folks. Enjoy the rest of you. Enjoy your weekend. Have a great one. Don't forget, check out Tommy on Saturday. It is number 7, break 7.0. It's going to be a great one. It's probably going to last a while. Talk to you, everybody. Have a great one. Thanks a lot. See you later.